Travis YouTube page. Go there. Senator Hoffman, how are you?
If I'd be doing any better, I'll be you. That's
You you infringe on all my fun, my friend. I'm
why
going to
do
be
I do
quite. So I got invited to play. By the way, Le Sueur Country Club is a wonderful golf course. There are
Yeah.
holes there, and it with 25-mile-an-hour winds, it's unfair. Holes where if you miss it wrong, you're wrong, and you might as well just leave. Your score is blown up. Great golf course. But I'm playing with my daughter-in-law and
Uh-oh.
my son and some friends.
Uh,
And son of a gun, if Senator John Hoffman doesn't come up while I'm driving down the fairway,
oh
going to
no.
a monster drive,
Oh no.
evidently you two met after the state of the state, and she said she chatted with you for some time. What are you laughing at?
It was
Can you leave me
great.
alone?
It was great. It was one of those moments. I'm glad you beat me to the punchline. It would be like because I walked over and said hi to some folks, and then this young woman comes up and says, "Oh, by the way, I'm Al Travis's daughter-in-law," and I went, "Oh my God!" It was great. It was like,
She's a councilwoman for New Market, Elko New Market. It's two towns in one. You get twice the bang for the buck.
yep.
And yeah, so she met you there. What gets me about the State of the Union, I'm going to be honest with this State of the State. So my daughter-in-law is, like I say, a very important person. She is a councilwoman for Elko New Market. I could see her getting invited to go.
Yeah.
I've known you for, I don't know, 125 years. I've never invited to the State of the State, sit next to you for 20 minutes and watch. How come? You got too many big dogs you're taking with you?
I wish the Senate actually had an invitation to where we could bring somebody, but
You
how
don't.
how we don't. The rules
Oh.
the rules of engagement are if you want to go, you'd be sitting up in the nosebleed seats,
No.
because the Senate is invited to come into
Oh.
the House chamber, and it's the House chamber. Those folks get to have
Oh.
their own guests. Senators don't get to have guests.
You know what you should do? This would be a lot of fun, and I'll help you do it next year. Let's set up an even bigger party. They can do theirs, and it'll be hoity-toity. We'll have the fun people come to our party, and we won't invite those guys. Let's just have more fun.
We could do that.
Senate version.
We could do a Senate version of that. We'd be like,
Yeah.
well, it was, yeah, no. So I'm glad you asked me that. Because folks have always, wondered why, well, how
Um,
come your wife didn't come with you? I said, well, because I get invited. That's
I did not know that. Okay, so see, live and learn something every day. Let me ask you. You were there though. You
oh,
were, yeah. Well, you were there. Obviously, you're talking about my daughter-in-law.
you know
Your
what I was
thoughts
doing?
on it?
Guess what I was doing in this. I was doing something that I couldn't do on the Senate floor.
I,
I was eating chocolate while I was sitting there
they can eat in the house, huh?
they can eat. You can have a four-course menu on
Really?
the Senate. You can't, and I'm glad the Senate has rules that go back to, when God said,
The house seems like just a big old bar or something. They're just hanging out, just a pub. That doesn't even sound like a classy club. It's just it's like a clubhouse. That's what it is.
apparently
It's a
they used to have
clubhouse.
spittoons. They years ago, I guess somebody came across, there was actual, remember those
Oh
old
yeah. Oh,
spittoons?
yes.
They used to have spittoons for the Senate or the House members back then. There was spittoons and
I
ashtrays.
I can't look at any of them the same anymore.
Well, it
Uh,
was like what 100 years ago, Al. I mean, it was just like, it'd be kind of cool if somebody could ever find one of those old spittoons. That would be great. I'd love to have it just because it's the old brass looking
I
spittoon.
used to have one. I used to keep my pocket change in it. I set it on top of my bar in the background. I wonder whatever happened to that.
You
I
said,
used to have one.
is it from the state of Minnesota? Is it
Well,
the
it didn't say the state of Minnesota on it. It was just an old spittoon. I don't know why we're talking about this. I want to ask you. So
what?
I said before the state of the state, I don't know if it was you or somebody. Brilliance, I said. We'll find out if the governor's running for governor, if the governor's running for
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
presidency.
yeah.
And I said if he goes talking all about Trump, he's running for the president. If he talks about how great Minnesota's going to be, it's about Minnesota. I
Uh-huh.
couldn't have been more wrong. He
Uh-huh.
went all after Trump, and now he's supposed to be saying he's running for the governorship. I
Uh-huh.
give him credit. The only I get he shouldn't have talked about Trump so much, my opinion. But I give him credit. It was 26 minutes long. This
Yeah.
was in and out. This was thank you very much for coming. I think shorter is better in this case. I still think if he's going to run for governor, he should have been highlighting the good stuff of Minnesota more so than Orange Man bad. Your thoughts on the state of the state? You were
Well,
there.
I agree with you.
Really? Good.
Yeah, I was like, I thought, okay, we're in troubled times. We're, like we are. I mean, there's
Yeah.
the cycle of government. Good times, bad times. Isn't there
Yeah.
a song? Didn't Led Zeppelin good times, bad times? Did it? What the name that
I,
song?
I don't think it had to do with politics, though, but I get your point.
What song is that? What
I
is
don't
that song?
remember. I
Come
don't
on now.
remember.
Because John
No,
Bonham, there was this drum fill in there, was just amazing stuff. So, good times, bad times,
yeah.
I can't now, the words now just escape me.
Yeah.
Laughing at the fact that I was doing my air drumming and nobody, as bad as
I,
that. She said, yeah, no, don't air drum and don't air guitar. Do you know that? You cannot air guitar.
this forum for you is
Yeah.
open air drumming time. Okay. I open you. You can air drum anytime you want. Your wife will hate me for it. I don't care. If you got to get that out of your system here, do it now so you don't do it in public. Fair enough?
It's a safe place, Al. I mean, I like
That's,
it's a safe place. Or
it's
I
all love here. It's all love here.
I could use my ADHD toys that you sit the pops, remember
Oh,
pops?
yeah.
You can now these pop they're like poppers, so you
You
can
got all this stuff. So let me ask you.
touch me. Yeah,
Um,
he should have. You know what? It would have been one of those good times, bad times. Minnesota, we're resilient.
yes.
We're gonna trench in. No matter what's happening. Yeah, federally, it's a joke. I'll tell you what, Al. You got
Yep.
you got this guy. Your orange guy is taking 2-year-old kids that live with cancer. They're here in the United States because of our cancer treatment, and he kicked them out of the country. What the hell is that all about? Seriously.
Okay, and we can have that conversation.
No, I don't even want to go there because
They kicked the mom out, and keep
don't
the
care.
families together. She took her kid with.
Well, whatever.
Okay.
Al, it's you family rights. Whoa,
right.
it's all about the family. Okay. Family,
Oh, I hate families, and you never heard me talk about families on this program.
No,
I hate
I'm
them.
not
Let me.
talking about your orange party
I-
guy.
no, I
it's
got-
about the family. Yeah, baloney. I'm gonna start swearing pretty soon.
I know it. It's fine. Okay, so we agree that he was off topic. He can bring up the Orange Man, but it should have been about Minnesota. It
Yeah.
wasn't enough. I want to know you because you're in it.
Yeah.
Last week,
Yeah.
we had 1 month to get things done. 1
Yeah.
month.
Yep.
Well, guess what? Now we only have 3 weeks, and as far as I can tell, except for the Department of Human Services, your committee, nothing's moving anywhere. There's nothing going on. We just wasted another week. You're shaking your head at this radio. Am I not mistaken? You're about the only guy gotten a thing done so far.
Yeah. Well, we're still like this morning after we're done here. We're going to meet with a Republican and a Democrat are going to be sitting with nonpartisan staff, going through some stuff that we're going to be bringing up. Our bill will probably go on the floor next Wednesday. Our budget bill, our
Okay.
policy bill is already done, right? But then you got to go deal with the House, and there's some differences in the House. But we're going to work those things out, right?
Yep.
I said in the budget bill was in front of finance Thursday, Friday. Well, no, Friday night at like midnight. And I said, it was pretty late. And I just said, well, we're, timing on this. I said, what we got to just make sure we're done by June 30th. I did throw June 30th out there. All my years of being in politics, there's only 1 year we did not have a special session, which leads to the point that we're no
Is it
longer
special?
a small little state with a small little budget. We're a complex state with lots of people. 25% of our population is 65 and older. 1 in 5 people live with a disability. We're a complex state that have complex issues, and a part-time legislature doesn't do it anymore. It's got to be year-round, like other states that are like us started to do. And so, don't give me this. You got to jam stuff in 120 days. I'm not buying it anymore. It's a year-round thing. People's lives are year-round. This is not like it was 100 years ago where you ended in 120 days, so you go bale your hay, right? And I love baling hay. I leave 5 hours, 1,100 bales I put up, and that's my record. So, but we've changed. We need to change with it, Al.
These are not the times we used to spit in a spittoon on the House floor. Those times are gone. I got to go to break, but I will throw this at you. You can answer me if you want. I think if we did that in Minnesota, it would end up being very much like the federal government. And here's what I mean by that. Right now, you are forced. June 30th, you guys got to figure this out. No harm, no foul. You have to get her done.
Yeah.
If we're a year-round legislator, we do exactly like they do in the federal level. Continuing resolution, we can't figure it out. If there's never any push, we'll never get it done. That's my belief, because that's why we have not had a bill, a new budget bill at the country level, U.S. level. I want to say it's for 32 years. Some crazy number.
The country club level, yeah, the country club level, because all you wealthy.
Well, we have to golf too. We have to golf at the same time we have board meetings. Okay, it's very complex on the board. We got to go to break. We'll be back after this on the Al Travis Show.
Chanhassen Dinner Theaters brings you its most popular show of all time, Grease. You'll hear all your favorite hits from the Broadway musical and the movie. Join the whole gang at Rydell High. We'll sing, we'll dance, we'll bring you back to high school life in the 50s. Poodle skirts, bobby socks, the soda shop, and drive-in movies. Grease! It'll rock your socks off. Order your tickets today. Visit chanhassendt.com.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. Add it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's Barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
The Al Travis Show, the last place you can go and hear all sides. Respectful, thoughtful, and grateful.
I would love having him on. He's Senator John Hoffman. Senator, would you care for that's the question he had to ask question, or the trap John Hoffman question? Which one you'd like next?
I like the trap John Hoffman one, actually.
Would you? What are your thoughts on Real ID? Real ID has to be done by next Sunday.
I think it's kind of cool when I look down and here's I love getting little notes from people that just, then they put, a little thing on my desk, and I just like, wow, that was so nice. So
you're reading your mail while you're doing the show. Really nice, John. Get a couple of things done.
I'm reading a note that was here. Real ID. Whoa. We were like, I remember that battle. We were like the last state in the union to say, okay, well, we'll comply to you federal people.
They passed that in 2005. It's taken 20 years, and now like 2/3 of Minnesotans still need to get in and get her done by next Monday.
Oh, if you got your passport, you don't need it. You don't need it. If you got that passport, but then
Just
again,
carry that in your pocket.
What the hell does a passport got to do with anything? Because them guys over there in Washington D.C., they're stopping people. I'm afraid to go to an event in Saskatchewan.
Oh, you aren't.
No, I am, because they're gonna coming across the border. One of your orange men are gonna like stop me at the border.
Stop.
No, I'm not going to stop. I mean,
okay, now wait a minute. But here's the real ID thing. So you're for it, I take it. So everybody has their papers on them at all times, so we can get through the airport and all the rest.
It's like the driver's license. I mean, I don't even know.
That's what I'm talking about. Real ID. Your driver's license got to have that little star in the upper right-hand corner.
I don't know if I got this. Oh, I do. I got it.
See?
Now I can go to.
And I do too. I don't have my wallet with me. I got mine just because I turned 60. I had to get my driver's license renewed anyway. So. Give me the real one. What the heck? I don't care.
And you know why? Because I like going. The other thing you need that real ID to get into, like, I don't know, if you want to go to a federal building.
Federal buildings. This is what I was going to ask. Social security offices, things like that. No, what I don't understand.
Social security offices. Your orange guy just laid off a bunch of people there, and
people couldn't get into them anyway. We all know these people can't get real IDs. This is too much work. It's kind of like asking them to have an ID to vote. That's just too darn hard. Well, we can force them to get one just to go into an airport.
Get an
what
ID
the heck?
To vote. Wait a minute. ID to vote. Every day of the year, the government tells me what to do, right? One day out of the year, I want to tell the government what to do, and then don't make me. You know who I am. You know what? That's a whole different.
I'm just saying it just seems so weird to me. We cannot ask the same thing. If you want to get on a plane and go to Des Moines or wherever you want to fly to, then you have to have this, dagnabbit. But if you're going to vote for anybody in the United States, like, well, don't worry about it. Just go on in. There's no consistency. Last thing I want to ask, and this is the non-trick question. So it looks like Angie Craig Representative Craig is going to announce her run for the Senate seat. Senator seat by Smith.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's because according to the take this morning, she raised like what? I love you guys, by the way. Your side is so much fun. Angie Craig announced that she raised like $1.2 million in the quarter, but she hadn't even announced what she's running for yet. You Dems like, go girl, you just take it, run for what you want to run for. She's instantly in I presume a leader for that seat. You had Peggy Flanagan in there. You've got Franzen in it, Lopez Franzen. I had her on the show last week. I like her. Yeah. But now Craig jumps in with $1.2 million in the bank.
Who do you have? Who do you guys have? Why don't you tell me who you have?
Well, we don't. This is my point, because now the other thing, this is what I was saying. Now we got people like Senator Klein, Little, May Quaid, all these people jumping in because that's going to be an important seat.
Oh, for the House.
And I can
for the House seat. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm sitting here. I can't name one Republican really that's worth the salt that's in the game yet.
Why? Why is that? I mean, you talk about building your bench. If you want a successful baseball team, you got to have a good bench, right? That's the thing.
We don't even let our kids sit down. It's beanbags on our side. If you're not playing, you're sitting in a beanbag chair. I don't get it. You guys are way ahead. But I'm just not asking you who you're going to vote for. But doesn't that put Craig instantly in the number one spot there? Not to rip on the lieutenant governor, but with that kind of money, goodness.
Oh, with that kind of money, I mean, especially now, what's it going to take? You got to go raise another $40 million. I mean, my God, how much money is being spent on races? And you got people like, well, look at your buddy there, the orange guy's vice president. He's dropping checks of $100,000 people to go vote. Come on, where's the integrity of the system? I just didn't
I am so tired of your side wanting integrity. Can you give up on that? I'm just kidding. I got to go. I'm out of time.
I appreciate you, Al.
Always a pleasure, Senator. Go get him, my friend. John Hoffman, Senator Hoffman on the Al Travis Show.
Bye.